Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today on this channel I'll be talking about how you can draft a straight skirt pattern. It's beginners friendly and very easy. Keep on watching. Anytime you are cutting a straight skirt or any skirt, this place will be on fold. The place I'm writing center front on is on fold. Then you can see the line at the top. That's my waistline. That's the place I'll be taking my measurement from. So from that place now, I'll be measuring. I'll mark out 22 inches. That's my skirt length, 22 inches. Just an inch below my knee, 22 inches. That's my skirt length. Then I will use my ruler to extend the line, as you can see. After extending the line, I will come to my waistline again and measure from my waistline to my hip line, which is 6 inches. Then I will extend the line also. That's my hip line, the middle of my hip. The next thing I'm going to do now is to come to my hip line to measure out my hip measurement. So I'll be taking the measurements now. My hip is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10 inches. So I'll mark out 10 inches on my hip line. Then I'll come back to my waist and mark out 8 inches. My waist is 32. 32 divided by 4 is 8. So I'll mark out 8 inches on my waist. Then I'll come back to my skirt length line. I'll mark out 10 inches. That's my hip divided by 4 also is 10 inches. So I'll just mark it out. I'm using the same measurement for my hip and the hem of my skirt. So I'll come back to the waistline and measure an inch for the dart measurement, as you can see. So I'll just connect the hip line down to the skirt length or the hem line. It's a straight skirt, as you can see. Then I'll connect from my waistline now to my hip line, just a slant curve with my hand, free hand. You can just use it. Let me just use my ruler to shaping it a bit. As you can see, the straight skirt is ready. So simple like ABC. You'll be wondering, why am I using the same measurement from my hem length line with my hip line? Because it's a straight skirt, no curve. It's not a pencil skirt. It's just a straight, simple skirt. So I'll just label it. This is my hip line or skirt length. This is my hip line, the middle of your hip, and this is my waistline. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, let me just remove the sellotape and turn the pattern paper so that I can mark out my darts. For my dart measurement, I'll be using my nipple to nipple measurement, which is, my nipple to nipple is 8 divided by 2 is 4. I'll mark out 4. Then I'll mark out 0.5 on the left hand side and 0.5 on the right hand side. Then my dart depth is 4 inches. So I will connect these 4 lines together, as you can see. Connect the dart line. Then I'll connect the one on the left hand side and on the right hand side, just like this. It will give you a V shape. As you can see, very simple. So you don't have to be a pro, you don't have to be an intermediate student to be able to make this. So the next thing I'm just going to do now is to just cut it out. Simple as ABC. I'm done with the front pattern. Not complicated, very easy. So now, after cutting it out, I'll I'll be drafting the back pattern. The only difference between the back and the front pattern is the zipper allowance. And for this zipper allowance, I'll be using an inch measurement. So I'll just place the front pattern on another fresh pattern paper, and I will come to my left hand side, as you can see, and I'll mark out an inch for my zipper allowance. It's going to be on fold too when you are cutting out your back. So after marking it out, I'll just place my front pattern paper very well, and I'll label it. I'll sellotape my front pattern paper with the back pattern paper. So I will just either I trace out or I cut out, but now I will be cutting it out just like this. Very easy. I am just using the front to cut out the back. I don't have to draft the back separately. So after cutting it out like this, as you can see, it's ready. The skirt is ready. So I will just remove the sellotape now so that I can draft out the dart. I can mark out the dart on the back piece. So to mark out the dart at the back, you will not measure from the unfold side. You measure from this very line that you see me put my tape through. You just measure 4 inches. The same thing you did on the front panel. Measure 4 inches. And the depth of the dart is 4 inches as well. Extend the line, like connect the line. Then you mark 0.5 on the left hand side, 0.5 on the right hand side of the line you connected, and you make your V shape. As you can see, simple. You can do this with your eyes closed. So that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. But when you are cutting on your fabric, make sure you add your sewing allowance or your seam allowance. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following through. We really appreciate. Please like, share and comment. Thank you. Bye bye.